Fakes it out, leaves it for the man, the magician, the superstar. It's the signature shot! Watch it! Love it!
Stayco as the double demo comes in on the back line in favour of Vitality. Zen pinching high with the second. He smashes it home, and he is a smashing player.
You can have all the play, you can have all the possession, but as soon as Zen gets the 100 boost and goes to the ceiling, you're in big trouble.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my tutorial on how to do the ceiling pinch double tap, and I'm going to be using this replay here to explain just how exactly you are going to set it up and execute the shot nearly every single time. But before we get into how to do the shot, I just want to go over a couple things you need to know when going for it. So one, this does require a fair amount of boost. You need roughly 60 plus boost to successfully pull off the shot after it hits the backboard. This is also a great counter against ceiling challenges. So if you suspect you're going to be challenged from the ceiling, a ceiling pinch directs the ball just below the opponent that is challenging from the ceiling, but stays above whatever opponents may be on the ground, maybe rotating back or even back post. It will remain above the backboard, making it out of reach for them, while also out of reach for your opponent on the ceiling, giving you a free shot. That does not mean it's an easy shot, but it is a free shot if you can pull it off. So when we get into it, the first thing you want to know is that when setting up this ball, you want to be going nearly supersonic, but you also don't want to waste your boost getting there. So as you can see, I do a little flip, and you don't have to be going super fast, but you want to get as much speed as possible going into the wall. Now I'm going to slow this down, and you can see, let's go with 5%. You can see just exactly where I touch this ball. We're going to go for as much vertical height as possible. Now you may notice, but I jump just before hitting the ball. If I didn't jump here, I would be chipping the ball and it would go backwards. It would go over the top of my car. But by jumping early, you're more likely to hit the ball straight up. So you hit the ball straight up, and you shouldn't have to air dribble the ball to the ceiling. You're just looking to hit the ball hard enough that you're just going to follow the ball in the air. As you can see, I barely have to give it any extra touches. Maybe one touch, and here we are, we hit the ceiling. Now, if I were to ask you where's this pinch going, it's pretty obvious. You can tell immediately that we are pinching it in this general direction right here on the wall. So the main thing that you want to be concerned about is if you pinch anywhere over the top of the net, say from the middle onward, the pinch is going to go too fast and too far over to the side that your car just physically is not able to keep up, and especially not able to go down enough to catch it. So when you're going for this pinch, you are looking to pinch it in this general direction. You can actually see this square here. This square wooden post is the perfect place that you want to be lining up this pinch. Now in this example, I immediately jump off of the ceiling. You can also try to stay on the ceiling and hold your flip, but a lot of times the ball will bounce downward too fast for you to get to it. As soon as I land on the ceiling, I jump off the ceiling. And now it's just a matter of going for the double tap. Now all you need to think about is that because this was a pinch from the ceiling, when this ball bounces, you can see it now. Normally with a double tap, the ball is going to bounce maybe downward a little bit, but mostly straight out. But because this angle is so extreme, pinching it from the ceiling, it's going to bounce down quite a lot. So you need to make sure that you are getting low on this ball. So if we watch this again in regular speed, you can see what this is all supposed to look like. Now you can see how this is hard for your opponent to read because he's reacting first. Now this was kind of just a casual 1v1. We were just trading freestyle shots here. This isn't in a competitive environment. But your opponent, who let's say was challenging from the ceiling, you go directly underneath him, and now this opponent that's on the ground here has no way to react to this ball, and you just hit it over their head. and that is the main use case for it. Okay, so I've just loaded up FreePlay to give you a couple more tips to how to set up the ball properly, and just in case a few things are happening to you. So the first thing is, if you're not getting any power off the pinch on the ceiling, like if you can't get the ball to pinch correctly, what I want you to think about is if you're going for a Kuxer pinch, right, you're not aiming for the center mass of the ball. If you want a successful pinch and you go for the center, nothing happens, right? However, if you want a successful pinch and you aim for the edge of the ball, it goes much faster. So your goal when pinching it off the ceiling to get a fast pinch is you want to pinch the edge of the ball with the center, not, you know, not hitting it in the fattest middle part of the ball. Okay, and the other thing is if you're struggling to catch up with the ball after it's bouncing off the ceiling, like I said before, you need to remember two things. You need to remember that the ball is bouncing downwards. You need to put in the extra effort to force your car, even boost downward to get to it. And also, if the ball seems like it's going too far away from you, you need to think about where you're pinching the ball, because if the pinch happens and the ball is flying here, it's just going to deflect this way, and there's no way you can catch up to it. However, on the contrary, if you are able to pinch a ball and it goes here, it's going to have much exaggerated bounce backwards, and then you'll be able to get a nice solid touch on it that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed my short tutorial. I didn't go too much into like, you know, how to get everything perfect. It really does just come down to practice. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and peace out. I'll see you next time.